Hello and welcome to Chess with Simon. I'm Simon. Should we try some rapid? Bit more time to talk, right? Bit more time to talk. 10 minutes. 10 minutes is a nice time control. We're going to play black. Our opponent Swish, sad face from America. E4, E5, that cannot be wrong. He attacks the pawn, I defend the pawn, that cannot be wrong. He develops his bishop classically, so do I. Pawn D3. Well, developing the knight cannot be wrong. Good square for the knight. Not entirely sure about that, actually. That looks like a loss of tempo, because if I play bishop E6, well, okay. So we could play D5 here, couldn't we? Why don't we play D5? But why would we play D5? We would, because it gives us a bit more central control. We wouldn't, because it makes the E-pawn slightly vulnerable. So D5 takes, knight takes, castles, castles, rook E1, rook E8. Do I believe do you think D5 is correct? D5 takes, bishop B5. Okay, well, we're going to play D6. But I'm not sure D5 was wrong. We're going to play D6 and then we're going to play bishop E6. And we're going to claim that H3 was an inaccuracy because E6 is not a bad square for the bishop. Okay, well, we would castle, wouldn't you castle? Now, this does not upset me because instinctively you're really not. Are you going to take on B7 with a queen, really? Maybe you are. But then I've just got rook B8. Okay. Well, no, I haven't got rook B8. Okay, so let's look carefully at this. Let's look carefully at this. Rook F B8. Rook A B8. Queen has to go to A6. Rook B6. Okay, well maybe what we do, pawn A6, then forces the queen to go back to B3. Maybe that's fine for white. Maybe we just go knight H5 and attack on the king's side. I actually prefer that idea. I think that idea is more correct. Just go knight H5. We're going to go knight F4. We're going to threaten to take an H3. If the bishop moves, we're going to play rook B8. We're going to take here, which will be really good. I assume the bishop will take, but that's fine. That's nice. Yeah, we're good here, I think. Okay, well, that's a good move. Want to play rook B8? Not really. Okay, so this looks... I actually don't like this, but I suppose queen takes, right? Queen takes, then we go in the corner. Just feels a little bit aggressive. I mean, white's not really developed yet, but we'll see. Just stick the rook on G6 and then try to take an H3. Come on then. What you got, big guy? We're just going to take on H3. We're going to play knight Knight e5. We probably have to play a move like h6 at some point to make sure we don't get back ranked. But knight takes, rook takes. If there is a check at the back, then you play rook e8. Like that. Then I think what we do is play this. And the idea is that's actually quite tough. Okay. What I want to play is rook h6. Then the queen blocks, and you could take and play the endgame. Actually doing all right in that endgame, I think. What's he up? 2 pawns, but those triple pawns are a horror. So you could take and play the endgame. You could also play rook here, gang up on that pawn. That's probably a really good move, isn't it? Let's gang up on that pawn. Yeah, let's come down the f-file. It's difficult because there's risks of back rank mates. But the nice thing about this is now rook h. Oh no! Don't want to do that. I don't want to do the pre-move. Okay. I do not want to do the pre-move. Okay, so this. Again, we've got to watch the back ranks. This is always the problem. Not always the problem, but it is the problem. Okay, let's go this way. And we're going to chew through the f-file. Okay, let's avoid getting mated at the back. Okay, so we got some pressure here. You can't really take here because we take here with check. Has White got a big idea here? Oh, I don't think so. What's White's big idea? Because we're threatening f2 and h3. Okay. So White's playing very quickly. But I think slightly at the expense of quality here. I'm always slightly shocked when it looks like I might win a chess game. Because, you know, I always assume I'm not very good at chess. So queen f1 just takes and takes on a2. We've got a winning endgame. Otherwise, queen f2 is really bad, I think, for White. Thank you, good game. So what do we make from all of that? You know what we're going to do? 2 blunders. What we're going to do is have a look at it. Let's have a look at it. The one that really interested me, yeah, it wasn't the highest quality. 80%'s all right. It wasn't the highest quality game. Made some mistakes in the beginning. Looks like pretty much played at my rating. Okay, so yeah, interesting, isn't it? So to be fair, I got a bit of an attacking idea. Let's see. Okay, these are the interesting points. The first is, should I have played d5? Here. d6 is good. d6 is best, is it? So castles is okay. But it doesn't really like d5. Is it here I was going to play d5? Yeah, it was here. It was here. So d5 would have been what? Yeah, it's exactly the line we said. Takes. Castles. Okay, well, yeah, castles is almost, well, it's basically the line. I don't really like knight c3, and that doesn't worry me. Rook e1. Yeah, Rook e1, then do we I was going to play rook e8. Is that not what you do? You know, the answer to all of this is bishop e6, but it's bishop e6. How is... So rook e8 is in there, and kind of the game goes on. How does this not drop the pawn? Why can white not just take here? Crunch, crunch, crunch. Oh, it's this trick. It's this classic trick, which you see in the high level games. If you take with the rook, you take on f2. This is actually probably theory or something. If you take here, well, it's not, but this is a common motif in these lines, and then there's a check on f6. Yeah. Check on f6, and actually on this line black's better. So what that means is white can't take here, which means bishop e6 is an okay move. Okay, so d5 was okay, but a bit risky. So my next question is, I was a bit defensive about, well, I guess it's natural to be defensive in chess. I was a bit defensive about this move. Queen d7 is best. Yay! Then can you take on b7? You can. You can take on b7. It's all right. I mean, I wouldn't do it, but it's not bad. Knight h5 is the best move. I thank you, friends. Knight h5. So we actually played the best line. It's quite hard to find that, I would claim. Because, yeah, you got to develop. This is terrible, though, now. Although this was okay after knight bd2, but this is not good here. You got to take on f3. Okay, the sack. After queen b3, you've got to take on f2. f3. You got to take on f3. Then you got takes, and you got to play rook f8. You got to get down. So you got to get going on the attack. So the thing is, okay. So this was a bit inaccurate. Knight f4 because you got sack, do the exchange sack. You sort of see that in the French quite often. But I found a way through in the end. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. See you all soon.